Good morning, bookbinders. I wanted to show you some of the larger pieces of equipment that I use in my studio that don't transport well to class, but I think it's good exposure for you to know what about bookmaking on a little bit larger scale. So this is actually my work surface, and I've got a really big Olfa mat, that with the surface that you can't cut into, and it is I think 46 by 535, something like that. It covers my whole work surface so that I've got a great space to lay out those big parent sheets of paper. And then I use this big ruler as a tear bar. So as you can see, I was tearing down some handmade paper this morning, and I use this is my measuring guide, and I take my tear bar over, and I can either tear my paper or I can use some kind of a cutter to cut the paper, depending on the kind of edge that I want, whether I want a real clean edge or a deckled edge. And a lot of the handmade paper that has stuff embedded in it, it doesn't tear well because you hit these flakes right here and it doesn't tear. It sort of jags off like that. So it's better to cut this kind of paper. But anyway, so I keep all my tools close by, and I've got a nice caddy that I keep everything in. Plenty of light. I have 4 lamps here at my work surface, and then I've lots of places for extra tools and things. Of course, there's always projects going on the table. But then I wanted to show you my book press over here, because this is something also that doesn't transport easily to class, but this is a great way to put a little weight on your book when it's done, or to take your text block and put it in here, and it just cranks down. This lifts up. You put your book under there. This cranks down or up. So to get some of those nice creased edges, a book press is really invaluable. This is a sewing frame, and you put your cords up on these, and then you can sew your signatures onto cords. So that's a sewing frame right there. And then we come back around my work surface, and I've got a finishing press or a nipping press down here that I want to show you. It's right here, and this is when you want to put your text block in here. And then you want to round the edges or back the edges, so you can bang the spine to get that nice rounded spine, so you can use it for that. So this is just a few of the pieces of equipment that are really great. If you're going to get serious about bookbinding, I would recommend investing in a good finishing press. That would be, if you were going to get one piece of equipment after you get the bone folder and the needles, and I would get a Japanese screw punch, a really good Japanese screw punch. And I would get a finishing press, because it gives that really nice finished product. It sort of takes your book to the next level. So this is what I really recommend. And I got mine from Affordable Binding Equipment. It's a fantastic site, and he does amazing work. So I would invest in that. And I've got all these bits and bobs for closures and clasps and pieces of wood and feathers and fern leaves and all kinds of ephemera. This is an old stamp catalog, an old dictionary. If you're really going to get into paper, and these flat files are just invaluable, because that thing is full of paper and embellishments, cover weight paper, text weight paper, ephemera, maps, tools, equipment, everything. These are really, for a paper person, I don't know how I lived without mine, quite honestly. So that's a big investment, but I love mine, and you can shop them on Craigslist and find them secondhand, and they're a little bit more affordable. So that's my space. That's my work surface again. So now you kind of have an idea of some of the bigger pieces of equipment that you can use in bookbinding. I hope we have a great class. Great job, you guys.